everybody, and a good day to you. I
How
am
about this?
Michael, also known as Arglefump. I'm playing Miss Clue, Christmas at Donner Pass. We have a weird puzzle. So one of the items in the shed needs to go inside the house for whatever reason. We don't know what item we need, and we don't know why it needs to go into the house. But that's the puzzle, so we're going to do this. You'll notice it takes a while to get from the shed to the house, and vice versa. So it might take a while. Looks like it takes about a minute to go from one location to the other.
It's stuck.
All right, let me open it up.
Well, need to try again.
Those boots are not the correct object. I tried the boots, and I tried some sort of pump. Now I need to try the other items. There are like all sorts of random coffee cups and stuff. I guess I can try every one of those. Looks like it's slightly faster going to the shed than leaving the shed. Okay, that's good, I guess. Putting the boots back. Looking up. Can I grab any items here? No. It's over here. Aha, over here on the left. What do we have? Can I grab one of these books? Bottles? This thing.
This must be it. I gave my dad one of these for his birthday.
What? What even is this? Is this a coffee cup with a weird lid? It looks like a coffee cup with a strange lid. Alright. If that's the item you're looking for, then that's the item you're looking for. Okay, so we got the right object on the third try. That's not so bad. That's not so bad. I was honestly expecting to try every single one of the 10 or so items in that shed. Alright, let's try the strange coffee cup.
Just what I thought. Now to try the basement.
Just what she thought. It changes color, so it changed color. Now it's all clean. Yeah. So it's... I don't know, but maybe the ghost power has caused it to time travel. Something along those lines? Like we had...
Now, where is that light switch?
We had
That's odd. I was sure the light switch was here. It looks like there is a lamp lit already. I can definitely see well enough to check things out.
Okay, sorry about that. So, we're time traveling. We're going back in time 50 years to when there was no light switch here and to when that particular cup was still new and shiny. Wait, what the? That is clearly a light switch, Jane. How do you not see the light switch there? Do you not see the light bulbs on the ceiling, Jane? Alright, well, here we go. 50 years in the past, Mr. Reed was working on the dollhouse for his daughter.
Hello?
My goodness, where did you come from?
Are you Mr. Reed?
Yes, but who are you?
Jane Darcy.
How did you get in here?
It's a bit of a story, but I think I have part of it figured out.
I don't know what to say. You are the first person I've seen in years and years. I'd given up hope of seeing anyone ever again.
How have you survived?
It's really strange. It's almost like time is standing still, and yet it's not. I never get hungry, I never get tired, but I can tell the years are falling away.
How do you spend your time?
It doesn't really seem to matter, no matter what I do. When I look away and look back, everything is back to the way it was before. I've been trying to finish this dollhouse forever, and yet as soon as I turn my back or look away, it's exactly as you see it now.
Why do you think this is happening?
I have one crazy idea, which is probably more proof of insanity than anything else, but I'm convinced that I am trapped in a painting created by Mr. Von Blood.
Actually, that is anything but insane. Or at this point, we are both suffering from the same insanity.
You actually believe me?
Yesterday, no. However, today, I am quite certain you are correct.
But how did you get in here?
I'm not certain, but I believe in your case it has to do with this mustache cup.
That's the mustache cup my wife and daughter gave me for my birthday.
I thought it would be the case, and I have good news for you, or at least a sort of good news.
Yes?
The good news would be I have spoken with both your wife and your daughter today.
Oh, what news? Are they quite old? Do they remember me?
Actually, that is the odd part of the news. It seems they are both trapped in this painting, your wife in the piano room and your daughter in her bedroom.
You mean they're here in this house?
Yes, I only spoke to them briefly, and I didn't fully understand what was happening at the time. But they are both holding up as well as can be expected.
That is news. Thank you so much. You are an angel for both visiting me and bringing me news of my family. But what does this have to do with my mustache cup?
That is a part of a bigger story. Let me tell you what I know, and perhaps between the two of us we can figure a way to get your family out of the painting.
That would be wonderful.
Well, to start, you have been trapped here for decades, but time has continued on. Your house now belongs to some friends of mine, and I have come to visit them for Christmas.
I suspected it was near Christmas again, as everything always feels different this time of year.
I have found the painting of your house here in the basement and hung it in the foyer. Then later, I found your daughter's doll in the garden. When I brought it in the house, it appeared to be new, and I could hear your daughter in her room upstairs. I went upstairs, and we chatted in her room for a while and played a game of Visit of Santa Claus.
That was her favorite game.
I thought she was the daughter of some neighbors who had wandered over, and when I told her we should take her to her parents and stepped out of the room, she was gone. Next, I found an earring that you had given your wife, and when I brought that into the house, I heard your wife playing the piano.
She plays so beautifully.
I had a chance to visit with her briefly, and she also is convinced that you are trapped in the painting.
She is very gifted and intelligent. If that is her belief also, it must be true.
She told me that during the day, if you try to leave the room, you just find yourself back in the room where you started.
Exactly right.
She also said that at night the door is impassable.
Indeed, it is your worst nightmare to open the door at night.
When I met your wife, I didn't completely understand what was happening, but when I stepped through the door of the piano room, I found myself out of the painting and your wife was gone.
So you have found a way into the painting, but when you leave our rooms, you also leave the painting?
Exactly. The problem is, I have no idea how to get back unless I can keep finding personal objects that belong to your family.
But couldn't you simply take this cup with you and then return?
That is precisely what I was thinking.
Do we dare try it?
I can't see why not. Let's see what happens. Come, follow me up the stairs.
Well, I think I know why we shouldn't do it, because if this doesn't work, we lose all opportunity to talk to Mr. Reed. Yeah. I mean, can't we figure out a plan of attack right now instead of just testing out this magic cup theory? Also, there's a bunch of presents downstairs in the future, or I should say in the present. We could use those to go inside the rooms, because those are objects belonging to those three family members.
Okay, take my hand. I am going to open the door.
Jane, this is not a good idea. What if he turns into a skeleton? Oh, no! That would be creepy. Turns into a ghost skeleton. Oh, no.
Ready.
Here goes. Well, that doesn't work.
Yes, I have tried that 1,000,000 times.
All right, let me try it on my own this time.
Okay, I'll just do it by myself. We're still trying to figure out the rules of this ghost thing. Alright, we can't talk to him. He's just going back to doing the dollhouse. Yeah! Okay, so this is kind of cool. If we have an item belonging to the little girl, we can go back in time to see her. Let's see
It's locked.
Let's see if having the item belonging to the man works.
Interesting.
That also doesn't seem to work.
With both your daughter and your wife, I had given them their keepsakes and had left without them. So, I suppose that is the only way for me to get out of the painting.
But is there no way to save us?
I have another idea that I would like your thoughts on.
If there is any way I can help.
Could you tell me about the terrors of the night that lie outside your door?
I have given that a lot of thought, and I believe they are the creation of Mr. von Blood.
How could that be?
Two things lead me to that conclusion. First, when he was doing the painting, he told me that to do a painting of a house correctly, it had to be done from the inside out.
What does that mean?
I asked the same question. He told me it was much like painting a person. The painter must understand anatomy to paint a human correctly, and so a painter must paint a house in much the same way.
I suppose that is reasonable. But what does that have to do with the terrors of the night?
One thing I distinctly remember is Mr. von Blood steering the conversation over dinner on several occasions to the topic of each person's greatest fear in life. Mine was freezing to death, my wife's was drowning, and my daughter feared the shadows. At the time, I thought it was a bit eccentric, but it did liven up the dinner conversation.
That is strange, but please continue.
It is my belief that he weaved those terrors into the painting as he created each layer, step by step, layer by layer.
If that is the case, it is both demented and diabolical. And what is the second part of your conclusions?
That stems from the fact that our being trapped in the painting seemed to occur simultaneously with his signing of the work. He was from the Netherlands originally, and his name, Tovenaar van Bloed, if I remember my Dutch correctly, is Sorcerer of Blood.
Do you really think his name is related?
I don't know what to think. All I know is I am here, my family is not with me, and as you say, they are also living a life of timeless existence. What am I to think?
I really have no answer.
Nor I.
That being said, tell me more about the terrors you encounter at night when you open the door.
It is far different than in the day. Instead of finding myself back here, I am staring into a barren, frozen landscape.
That may be the key to this. During the day, no matter what action is taken, the result is the same. You are here. At night, however, there is an alternative, the one that leads to certain destruction.
Yes, exactly.
But here is the difference. While what you have described is your worst fear, it holds no terror for me. If I am here with you, we may find a way out.
Do you really think so?
I believe it may be so, but there are several things I need to check before we make the attempt. In all cases, I will find something of yours so that I can return.
In that, I may be able to be of some help.
That would be excellent.
When we first moved into the house, my wife gave me a pocket knife with my initials inlaid on the side. As a matter of superstition, I gave her a penny for the knife. That evening we were in the garden, in the back of the house, next to that big oak tree. I carved a circle on the trunk, and in that the initials of my wife, my daughter, and myself. Just as I was finishing, we heard some friends calling from the front of the house, and I stuck the knife into the fork of the branches just above the carving. I had completely forgotten about that incident until now, but with any luck, that knife may still be there.
That is excellent news. Now, I really should go and prepare things so that when I return, we can make an attempt at your freedom.
As difficult as it is to say, only return if your preparations lead you to believe success is truly possible. I would not want your fate on my conscience were things to go badly.
We will find a way. We will not be defeated, and I will return.
And now he's just going to turn to the side and act like nothing happened. Great! Good job.